going on, you guys? James from the Research Revolution. Alright, this took me a while because I had to find a photo editor that would go landscape view. What I'm doing here is the Santa Rosa fire. I want to point out some anomalies that just do not make sense whatsoever. Alright, so bear with me. This is the first time I've downloaded this U-Doodle. And other than, well, nothing can be perfect. I would like it to do things that, whatever. But, alright. So, for this right here, I just wanted to draw on a stupid picture. Let's go ahead and let's notice these trees right here that are surrounding this entire frickin' building. I mean, these are all trees that are left. Look. How in the world did a fire, say if it was a spark or it jumped whatever, it could jump concrete, and it does. But how did it jump concrete and only penetrate these buildings? It looks like these were intentionally targeted because you have trees all around. Look at, you have these trees here. Hold on, let me on this one over here. Let's go on this one over here. Let's make this big. Look at all of these trees. What the hell is going on here? Look at even these little ones. None of them are burned. None of them are burned. So, nope, I don't want to do that. Alright, let's go back down here. Let's get rid of all that. So this is the Santa Rosa. Nope, gotta use 2 fingers. So this is the Santa Rosa fire. And just tell me how this fire got in here and did this much damage. I mean, literally, it melted these buildings down. I mean, it just completely incinerated these buildings. How did it do this with the trees all surrounding this place? You're telling me the heat from this fire was so intense that it burned these things down to the structure. I mean, the structure is all the way burned down. All that's left is this corner right here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trees directly surrounding the property, not to mention all these on the peripheral. And you're telling me that this was just a regular fire. There were some people that, and these are people that probably were inserted in because they know that truth is spread big time on YouTube. So I don't get thrown off by a couple people coming and inserting themselves because I see it on a whole bunch of truth channels. So I would expect people that are actually looking for themselves and trying to decipher what is true to notice that. But I mean, I don't understand how anybody could say, I would really like, because I'm not a professional firefighter, but this doesn't seem logical to me. And there's a lot of people, and I don't see any firefighters that are coming out and saying that this is logical. In fact, I see the opposite. I do see some firefighters that saying this. There's a lot of anomalies in this fire. So once again, let's take this structure. One of these is McDonald's. Alright, so you have right here, you have it completely burned down to the ground. There's the car right there. And completely charred, burned to the ground. Right? And then right outside, you have this tree. You have these trees. You have none of them are burned. this one over here. How would you have such an intense fire that is so very hot, right? And then you would have these trees that are right next to it. Now, if you look at this entire picture, I mean, the one that really stood out to me was this one. How in the world, this is literally surrounded by trees, and they're not burned. You have this fire. How did a fire get so targeted? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. How did the fire just strike this area and not radiate out? How did it not radiate out into these trees? If this fire was so intense, how did it get here? It would have to be way stronger than a spark. Do we agree on that? That it would have to be stronger. I mean, what? Just some spark all of a sudden caught McDonald's on fire and all these buildings on fire and then burned them to the ground? You would have to have something way more than a spark. You would have to have something that would ignite these buildings on fire and burn them to the ground. Correct? Well, if that's the case, then how did it go right there and target that building, but not target this, or this, or this, or any of this, or this, or this, or that? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so let me see if I could shoot. All right, I'll just stop it here and then I'll re-record. So just hang tight. All right, so I'm back. I don't have the doodle, but once again, we're going to go over some pictures, but this is absolutely strange. And I noticed that this was a gas station. So not only we have trees, we have gas. All right. It seems like this was a precision hit. They were individually done. They were inputted into like a AI computer with like laser beams or something. I don't know exactly, but how the hell are these just taken out so precisely? There's no charring, there's no nothing around. You have all these trees, and these are precisely taken out, and then this is left alone. The gas station out of everything. The gas station. And then surrounded by freaking trees. This seems very weird. And I didn't even know about this picture. I mean, it just seems like this fire is incredibly weird. I mean, tell me, how many trees do we have around this? There's over 20 trees around the freaking property. How the hell does this happen? There's no way. I'm sorry, there's no way. In this one, we have complete, utter, just taking out of all the houses. They're burned right down to nothing, down to the foundation. There's nothing left. It's all just ash, blown away. Literally, they just are removed. They've just been removed. They have a weapon that could just remove everything. It's like an antimatter weapon or something. It doesn't make any sense. So here's the McDonald's. Or I put in my pictures McDonald's. I don't know if this is the one. I can't figure out from just the stuff left, but this might be another fire because I just put fire McDonald's Santa Rosa, so I don't know. Remember Dr. Judy Wood? I have a picture in here. She talks about strange fires. Weird fires, actually. Weird fires. Now, she also talks about these Cheeto-looking things, which in a picture it's hard to tell if it's just like a little mini fire or, you know, whatever these reactions are. I don't know if it's the same type of weapon used in 9/11, but I could assume it's the same type of technology. It basically demolecularizes something, and it basically tears down their structure. You know, it dustifies those World Trade Center buildings. And if you've ever been to New York before the towers were taken down, and you actually have been into the World Trade Center towers, they were huge. They were city blocks. They were enormous. I mean, these things were humongous. So there's a weapon that can take out just blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks of either buildings or houses or whatever it needs to be in very precise fashion. Now, obviously, they're not going to do it too precise. They need to have it look like a wildfire. But this still doesn't fit the pattern of a wildfire. It just doesn't. I could understand out of control fire, but in this case, there's too many anomalies. And it was, I mean, here's another picture. You have the mailman coming. It really gives you a sense of just how much is gone. He's just going there and delivering mail to nothing. They don't even have their mailboxes anymore. Completely down to the foundation. Literally, down to the foundation. But you still got those trees. Still got those bushes and trees. Right? Here's where they happened right here in Santa Rosa. And I heard some people talking maybe that they were intentionally set. No, I don't think that these were intentionally set. You can't intentionally set these with gasoline or some sort of accelerant. There's something else at play here. There's something else at play. There's some sort of technology, some sort of black budget technology that people don't understand, probably because it's been developed and weaponized in secret, beyond top secret, in these black budget type of programs, and we just don't have that for public consumption. Now here is Dr. Judy Wood. This is at the energy conference, the Free Energy Conference, I believe it's called. This was in 2012 or 2013. Might have been the recent one in 2016 or this year's. I'm not sure. But she's talking about these weird fires. Weird fires. That's one of the strange things that happens with this sort of directed energy type of black budget technology. Weird fires. And this is Dr. Judy Wood. And it's the energy conference. Okay? It's a very good conference to watch on YouTube. This is about World Trade Center. But it gets into the weird fires, like I said. I downloaded this because it's just like 23 guys, firefighters standing around. You have these weird Cheeto looking things, right? And this is what kind of first hit my mind, is I was like, you would think that they would want to first be around where there's fire. Maybe this is a staging area though, but I was like, I just wanted to see what that was actually about. I just was curious. I just wanted to, and then I've already done this, so it gave me a corrupt one. Now, here we go. Again, you have all these trees, right? You have all these trees. This organic matter. The organic matter is not touched, not even charred. Yet you have what looks like precision antimatter technology or something like that. I mean, it's gotten rid of all these houses, burned them down to the foundation. They're not half burned. Very intense fires. Very intense fires. but it's surrounded by organic matter, trees and stuff that you would expect to be burned in a wildfire. And then this was just, I thought this is cool, it's like very high. Look at this thing. Let's get down here with the fire engine. And then, it keeps going up, and I was like, wow, that's cool. Look at up here. All the way up there. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So let's get out of that. Let's back out of that. Very intense fires. No, let's go back to that, please. Very intense fires. The technology that we're dealing with, I don't believe we don't know all the properties. It hasn't been studied as far as the public goes. We don't know what we're dealing with. But we are dealing with something, and it's in the hands of absolute psychopaths. Absolute psychopaths. And they're using it for their agenda to bring in this new world order. And you have a shadow government that is using every means possible. Usually they also have the presidency. I don't know if they do. Let's not get into that. But they are definitely using this to bring in their agenda. They are going gung-ho for their agenda to bring in this new world order. And they're using every weapon, including this mystery weapon that has been used in Santa Rosa. These weird, intense fires that seem to leave alone organic matter. Anyway, this is gonna cut me off. This has been James from the Research Revolution. I'm out of here. Later. Have a good day.